Hello and welcome to the Business Standard Morning Show. I'm Swapnil Joglekar. It's the 28th of November 2023 and here are the questions we'll be answering today. How can India tackle the deepfake challenge? Why is Uttarkashi tunnel rescue a daunting task? Will higher volatility disrupt DII strength? And what is Project Q Star? Amid growing concerns over deepfake videos on social media platforms, Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar announced on Friday that the government intends to appoint a specialized official to investigate fake videos on online platforms. The official will be tasked with addressing and taking appropriate actions against the dissemination of such deceptive content. Ayush Mishra finds out how India can confront the deepfake challenge.
Celebrity deepfakes are not new. Actor Rashmika Mandanna was recently trending on X, formerly Twitter, when a deepfake video of her went viral on the platform. Next, it was actor Alia Bhatt. More recently, PM Modi also highlighted the growing concerns about deepfake and the negative use of artificial intelligence at the virtual G20 Leaders Summit. And the concerns are not unfounded. Deepfakes can create highly convincing fake images, voices, and videos through the utilization of deep learning, AI, and photo editing techniques, risking deception with significant personal and financial consequences. These advanced technologies manipulate images and events to create misleading narratives. According to the Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, under the IT rules notified in April 2023, it is a legal obligation for platforms to ensure no misinformation is posted by any user and ensure that when reported by any user or government, misinformation is removed in 36 hours. If platforms do not comply, Rule 7 will apply, and platforms can be taken to court by aggrieved persons under the provisions of the Indian Penal Code. Deepfakes are the latest and even more dangerous and damaging form of misinformation and need to be dealt with by platforms, said Chandrasekhar.
The current Information Technology Act, Section 66C talks about identity theft, and deepfake is about identity theft. Section 66D talks about cheating by impersonation by using a computer resource, and that's exactly what deepfake is. Also, Indian Penal Code 1860 and has provisions such as Section 415, which is on cheating, Section 416, which is cheating by impersonation, and Section 499, which is defamation, which is all that deepfakes does. Then there is a copyright laws, and then there are provisions under privacy laws as and when they come in, which should take care of the issues of deepfakes.
On Thursday, the Minister for Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnaw, announced the government's intent to introduce regulations concerning deepfakes. These rules will specifically target synthetic media that replicates authentic images, videos, and audio to prevent their online dissemination. However, Vaishnaw did not provide details on the specific legal instrument for the proposed regulation. He mentioned that a decision has not been made on whether the rules will be introduced as subordinate legislation under an existing law, if a new law will be passed, or if amendments will be made to an existing act. Therefore, the responsibility for dealing with this matter remains uncertain. So, who will address it?
I don't believe we need to have new institutional structures. The existing police system should be able to take care of it. It already has cybersecurity capabilities built in, and that's what needs to be strengthened to take care of deepfakes.
The government is reportedly considering imposing penalties on the creators of deepfakes, as well as the platforms hosting them, in the proposed regulations to curb the menace. Ashwini Vaishnaw said the draft rules on deepfake could come in the next few days.
Against this backdrop, Natasha Trejariwala of Desai and Devanji shares if new laws or amendments would be enough to tackle the threat of deepfakes.
In the first instance, we definitely need some sort of laws to tackle this issue, because ultimately our laws do not directly deal with deepfakes at this point in time. So we do need some laws in place to deal with the issue. At the same time, I think that what will be important is not just introducing a law, but also enforcement of those laws, which will be equally important. So while penalties, etc., may be levied on this, it is the enforcement that will be key to this legislation.
With the introduction of regulations, accountability will broaden to encompass not only the individuals creating and disseminating deepfakes, but also the platforms hosting such content. Meanwhile, social media players too are fighting back. In the second half of 2023, YouTube reportedly removed more than 78,000 videos for manipulated content. It will introduce updates that will inform viewers when they are viewing synthetic content. Meta has also announced that a new policy from next year will require advertisers to disclose alteration of content on its platform. However, experts believe the government should invest in public awareness campaigns to fight back deepfakes. And what type of infrastructure is required to this end?
What's important is that you have an infrastructure which ensures the enforcement of these laws that are in place, right? And for that, if, for example, somebody goes and files an FIR, then the police should be equipped to deal with that FIR. They should know what the laws are. They should understand what the issues surrounding deepfakes are, right? In order to have that, report filed with them. Similarly, even social media platforms need to work really fast. Like our current laws as they stand right now, they give social media platforms quite a lot of time, up to 36 hours, 72 hours in certain cases, to remove the content. And I don't see why they should be given that much time. I think more stringent accountability also needs to be placed upon the social media platforms. And if we have that infrastructure in place, I think it will certainly help.
Tech insiders believe regulations alone aren't enough to tackle the menace of deepfakes. The key focus areas should include detection of digital replicas, prevention of dissemination, better reporting mechanism, and better awareness among social media users.
Did you know you can identify potential deepfakes by examining inconsistencies in facial expression, irregular blinking, and disparities in lip sync? Meanwhile, it has been 16 days since the unfortunate Silkyara tunnel collapsed in Uttarkashi. The trapped 41 workers are still waiting for a breath of fresh air. Various strategies have been deployed over the past 2 weeks, including specialized machinery and assistance from foreign experts. Now, the army has been called in to vertically drill into the tunnel. But the freedom of the laborers still remains elusive. Despite the availability of new age technologies, why is this rescue mission proving to be such a daunting task? Abhijit Kumar finds the answers.
On the morning of November 12, tragedy struck as an under-construction tunnel in Uttarkashi collapsed, trapping 41 workers. The Silkyara Barcode Tunnel, a part of the ambitious Char Dham project, being built at a cost of nearly 854 crore rupees, caved in due to a landslide on the Diwali morning. The incident sparked a complex and challenging rescue mission, which is still underway. Initially, 2 American auger machines were brought from Delhi to drill through the debris. The hope was that the machines would drill enough so that the rescuers can insert 5 meters of pipe every hour to let the workers crawl out. But the operation was halted as debris started falling in the tunnel. Eventually, the machine also faltered. Another drill machine was brought in from Indore, but it broke down as well. The government has put in place an action plan to rescue the trapped workers. With 5 agencies, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam, Rail Vikas Nigam, National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation and Tehri Hydro Development Corporation, each assigned specific responsibilities. Along with the National Disaster Response Force or NDRF, State Disaster Response Force or SDRF, Uttarakhand Police, and National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited, Australia-based president of the International Tunnelling and Underground Space Association, Arnold Dix, was also roped in to help with the rescue mission. In a recent development, the government has called in the army to assist with the rescue operations. The army, along with other teams, has started vertically drilling into the tunnel. But what's driving the frequent changes in rescue strategies? Experts attribute it to constant adaptation amid challenging conditions. Initially, horizontal drilling was attempted, but the unforgiving terrain of the Himalayas prompted a re-evaluation of strategy. Experts then proposed vertical drilling in hopes of reaching the trapped workers more effectively.
This very heavy operation was creating much more vibration inside the tunnel. First, we approach the easiest approach, but then we see that if these challenges are there, let's explore the other. So, other approaches like the vertical drilling, like the side drilling, the drilling from the opposite side of the tunnel, which is 400 meter to excavate, then there is a obvious thing, okay, let's approach from that side. And now before that this changes, and there was only there is the concern that how long we have the time. Once the 6-inch pipe, the agencies managed to excavate these for the 6-inch pipe was reached, then they were quite relaxed when they see the camera, the workers are fine. Then somehow the agencies, they are in a position that okay, we can explore some side approaches if one is not marking, and also that the easiest approach of the drilling, that in that the agencies were quite patient. Okay, now there was no such hurry.
Geologists cited the challenging terrain and complex geology of the region as reasons for the slow progress of the mission. One of the biggest risks is further tunnel collapse. Also, rock falls and difficulties in stabilizing the drilling equipment on the uneven surface has proven to be a daunting task.
This area is particularly very close to a fault system. And the fault system is where you expect earthquakes to occur, and that is one major weak zone in terms of tectonism. The other thing is we also have areas where you have groundwater percolation. So if all these things, combination of weak rock formations and fragile tectonic environment, will make parts of the tunnel or the area, the stretch where this work is going on, could be very weak, and it can just cave in. I mean, this has happened several times in the past in many parts of the Himalayas. It's not the first time.
Unstable rock formations and the high altitude location demand meticulous planning in every step of the rescue operation. With the army being roped in now, the hopes of rescue have heightened. Yet, a critical question arises. Why was the army called in despite deploying cutting-edge tech and experts from across the border?
As far as technical decisions are concerned, all decisions are being taken by the technical experts. The sole purpose of army is to help in the manual endeavors which they are making there. Like besides the staff, the laborers, the engineers, the manual, like if there is something in the going inside and manual excavations, then the army is being a this strong, they have this strong training, they have this long experience in this kind of rescue works. So wherever this manual endeavor is needed, then the army could be much more efficient.
As the rescue teams persist in their effort, the challenges they face in Uttarkashi emphasize the formidable nature of this operation. The families of the trapped workers and the nation now anxiously await positive developments, hoping for the safe return of those trapped beneath the rubble, which, according to reports, is not far away.
While the rescue operation is said to be in its final stage, an NDMA spokesperson declined to make any assumptions regarding the timeline of its completion to avoid giving out any wrong perception. Moving on, markets are in consolidation mode as foreign portfolio investments remain downbeat on equities. However, domestic investors have lent crucial support, keeping up their conviction in the India story. With volatility expected to increase ahead of an election year, can DII buying hit a pause? Harshita Singh and Rex Cano find out.
After a sharp slide in September and October, the current month has been relatively better for Indian equities. The Sensex and Nifty benchmarks are up 4% higher in November so far. The gains are being held as domestic investors have remained resilient, absorbing the continuous foreign selling, experts note. FPIs have pulled out 40,371 crore rupees from the cash market since September. Domestic institutional investors have countered this with a net buying of 55,099 crore rupees. Analysts expect domestic buying to continue despite higher volatility ahead, as easing inflation and strong corporate profits are keeping investors upbeat.
We expect the Indian equity markets to remain range-bound for the remaining part of the calendar year 2023, with possibly greater amount of volatility in the first week of December when results for assembly elections for key states of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Telangana gets announced. In terms of domestic institutional investor inflows, we believe that this SIP inflows of 16,000 crores over the next few months should continue. And if the election results are in favor of stability at the center, then we could see increased amount of inflows from DIIs.
That said, high market volatility is seemingly benefiting defensive pockets, especially Nifty IT, which is up 6% this month, and Nifty Pharma, which is up 8% this month. FMCG pockets is relatively subdued. The high beta bank index is up just 2% in comparison. RBI's recent tightening of consumer loans pressured financials, which led to recent interest in defensives ahead of market-moving events like the union budget and national elections, according to Anirudh Garg of Invaset. Analysts add that besides the defensive nature, valuation comfort in pharma and IT stocks is also drawing investors who should continue to stick to these pockets. FMCG, on the other hand, does not inspire confidence due to no revival signs in rural demand and rising competition, they say.
Pharma, due to defensive nature and some improvement in the top line and even the margin improvement has led to pharma stock rallying. There is a valuation comfort in pharma which has not performed for the last 4 years, and even IT which has not been performing for the last 1.5 years. Now there is a valuation comfort, and the worst is already priced in, or everybody knows about the worst. At this point of time, valuation comfort is there, so that is why these stocks are performing, and going forward also we see more performance from this segment.
Thus, higher market volatility in the run-up to the union budget and national elections would likely keep the pharma and IT shares firm. FMCG's performance, meanwhile, hinges on post-festive demand trends, experts note. Today, on November 28, markets will track global cues as they resume trade after Monday's holiday.
He's making plans for an early retirement. Business Standard.
Sam Altman's ouster from OpenAI, known for its artificial intelligence software ChatGPT, and his eventual return have been the most important news in the AI world for the past week. While nobody knows exactly why OpenAI's board decided to remove Altman as the company's chief executive, a recent report suggests that a software named Q-Star may be behind it. What is this Q-Star software? Let us decode in our final segment.
Before we talk about Q-Star, let's first understand what AGI or Artificial General Intelligence is, which is behind the software. Most chatbots today, including ChatGPT, are specialized language models that focus on specific tasks and are trained for specific use cases. Although they interact with the user, they do so in an interactive manner. Now, imagine software that thinks and evolves like humans. Its abilities are not limited to one field but include nearly everything. It has cognitive abilities and can learn, and improve its capabilities over time. According to ChatGPT, AGI is capable of outperforming humans at nearly any economically valuable work. In a blog post earlier this year, Altman wrote at length about AGI. The blog read, AGI has the potential to give everyone incredible new capabilities. We can imagine a world where all of us have access to help with almost any cognitive task, providing a great force multiplier for human ingenuity and creativity. If AGI is successfully created, this technology could help us elevate humanity by increasing abundance, turbocharging the global economy, and aiding in the discovery of new scientific knowledge that changes the limits of possibility, it added. However, no company has officially claimed that they have developed AGI software. Now, Q-Star may bring OpenAI one step closer to making AGI a reality. According to a Reuters report, before Altman's ouster from the company, a group of researchers sent a critical letter to the board discussing a new AI breakthrough, likely to be Q-Star. The report said Q-Star could perform grade school level mathematical questions. It aced the exams, making researchers optimistic about its future success. Notably, maths is considered to be a frontier for generative AI development. Most models today are good at writing and translating. However, solving mathematical problems with only one solution shows that its reasoning capability works like human intelligence. However, no official word about Q-Star's capability has yet been released by the company. The researchers, in their letter to OpenAI's board, said that it may pose a threat to humanity. They also raised their concerns about the over-commercialization of AI capabilities before completely understanding their consequences. No other company has officially discussed working on AGI models, but reports suggest that Amazon may be in the race. According to a Business Insider report, Amazon is planning to build its own foundational models, AGI conversational assistants, and related infrastructure services. It has also appointed Rohit Prasad, who earlier headed Alexa, as the head scientist on AGI at Amazon.
I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.
That's all for today. For more news, views and analysis, please log into business-standard.com. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.